Good afternoon, and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I have for you Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Perceptor. Here he is in all of his red and white glory. Oh yeah. Now I hope it's red and white. I remember him being red and white in the show, so I'm hoping they haven't changed the colors. But, I think the other reviewers like Perspective End and Transformers Slide Podcast would totally told me if they had changed color. But, he hasn't. He is perfectly red and white, and other miscellaneous colors added to that. So today, we're going to discuss how to transform this individual from his robot mode here into his microscope mode and into his artillery tank mode, which, honestly speaking, his artillery tank mode has a lot to be desired. The microscope mode has a lot to be desired. But the transformation has a lot to be desired. So let's get right into it. First off, what you want to do with this guy is you're going to raise up his microscope, little tube, his telescoping microscope, and we're going to remove the pistol from his back panel. After the pistol's removed from his back panel, go ahead and we're just going to spin his head 180 degrees. There we go. Head spun 180 degrees. And then we're going to fold it back, forward or backwards all the way in. And we're going to get this nice little study thing at the top. And that's nice because we can use it to help break the head, the connection there, so that the head can undo. I like that. That's very rare that they like, oh, hey, maybe they need help getting the head out. I'm like, they gave us something. Thank you so much. Okay, next step is this doohickey here. So what we're going to do, if I remember this right. Okay, so the arms are next. Raise the arms off to either side. Now, remember, he doesn't have an upwards motion because of the way the transformation works. So this is the extent his arms can raise. Then you're going to want to lower them on this little bar hinge that may take a moment to unclip from its moorings, but then it's going to lower down. And we want it to be lowered down. And after that gets lowered down, then this cool thing can get folded over. So we're going to take the microscope itself, or the telescope. It's just the big thing of glass. All right. And we're going to take it and rotate it on this little hinge that it's attached to right at his shoulder. And that hinge is going to rotate, click it sideways. And once you've gone all the way sideways, you want to then push on the edge of that thing, and it will allow this mechanism to fold up. And now on this side, we've got a similar mechanism right at the shoulder where you could push at it, and it's going to go upwards to merge into this one. And the cool thing is on the microscope little bar hinge that we're talking about, folding over to the over what once was the head of the robot, there is a hollow section on one side of it that is a horizontal peg hole. And then this little bit that we're folding up from the other shoulder, across from the microscope shoulder, it has a little peg on it that is horizontal. So these two things actually click together. And yay, we're done with the first part. They click together quite nicely. And now we can fold that up in the middle. And of course you can raise his arms again if you want to go crazy, awesome, one-eyed, unable to turn his head monster thing. But we're not doing that. So we're just lowering those down. Now the legs are a bit weird. So first off, you want to fold the toes forwards as far as they will go. Yay, toes. They're folded forwards. Now we're going to raise that arm. And this is it's the weirdest spot. So what you want to do is fold the leg backwards at the hip. So it's just going to fold backwards. You can feel where there's this like circular bit right here at the hip that feels like a C, for cookie. Now, when you fold the hip up, it's going to connect into that area and it's going to be nice and smooth. And then you're just going to fold the leg at the knee, but not up and down at the knee. You're going to fold it sideways at the knee with the nice little extra joint they have there. So we're going to follow that process on this side as well. Raise that arm up so it's out of the way. We're going to push the hip back until it sits into that C junction. And then we're going to push that leg at the, I guess you would call that a sideways knee joint. So it's got a sideways knee joint. And there you go. Now, the legs are done. Next up are these hands. So you want to put the hand, fold each of his hands into the lower arm. And after you've done that, let's see if I remember how to do this right. Okay, so you want to rotate the shoulder you rotate the shoulder so that the hand and arm assembly is facing upwards to the sky. And then you're just going to fold that all back in like you're trying to put the arms together, but upside down. So that the hand areas of the arms are actually now going to be where the shoulders used to be, and the shoulders are down near where the hands used to be. It's a complete reversal. Now take your thumb nail and get this panel on his chest folded forwards. He's got like a matrix of leadership panel on his chest, but all it is the screen for the microscope. And then the microscope can go over here and click like that, and you are done. This is microscope mode. Woo! We did it! Now you can come around here and put the gun back in the gun barrel spot, because there's not really another place for it. We're just going to slip that in right there. And it's going to kind of merge with the top, with the bar hinge for the microscope. But there's your little microscope. Sadly, it doesn't work like a microscope, which I was upset by, because I used to have G1 Perceptor, and he had a working microscope, and that was pretty neat. I like the working microscope. But then again, I'm not sure if this microscope works or not. It isn't like I can figure it out, look for myself. So, now that we've explained that mode, we're going to talk about his tank mode. So, it doesn't require much change. First off, though, you're going to fold that panel back up on his chest, and then we're going to take his legs, and they're going to spin at the hip. Yeah. So first off, we've got to spin, let's see, because we got to get these the tank treads on the exterior, not the interior. And that's going to require, oh, right. So now what we're going to do is this entire thing is going to fold backwards now. So the leg is going to go 180 degrees around at the side bend for the knee hinge. And once that's done, this entire assembly is going to fold downwards. Yeah. And if you feel here, right behind the toes, so on the exact opposite of the tread area, you can feel right behind the toe area, there are these little cuts in the plastic. 2 little cuts, little bitty hinges, ports for little bitty pegs. And we're about to get those little bitty pegs and ports together. So let's make sure this connection here is strong. It got disconnected during the transformation. Aha, surprise, surprise. Let's fix that. How do I fix that? Oh, no, we don't need to fix that. Okay, cool. My bad. Now we're just going to fold each of these forwards, and if you feel around the hand area, you'll find that there's this little peg right beneath the weird circle thing on the arm, and then the leg is just going to peg into there. And it's going to be a little weird. It's definitely going to make a wonky looking tank. When you peg that one in, you just go to the other side and you copy it the same process over here. I'm going to peg that bit in, and I'm going to peg that bit. Hey now, we're gonna peg it in. We're gonna peg it in. Ah, we pegged it in. We pegged it in. All right, there you go. That's his tank mode. Oh wait, forgot to take the gun out. My bad. The gun isn't really going to go anywhere else, I don't think. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Unless the gun can fit into the back of this. Nope. And nope. And nope. Where in the world is the gun supposed to go? Can we even put it on the side of the leg? Or the top of the... Up. What's this? Is that a spot? That isn't a spot. That isn't a spot. I don't know where the gun is supposed to go in this mode. And the gun just kind of sits her off to the side. It's a neat little tank, but it has no siege ports and no caster wheels. I'm going to call this more of a howitzer than a tank, because it's got this huge barrel that's kind of upwards in motion. Or you can spin it around this side and make it a really nice howitzer cannon, because now it spits like... It's a mortar. It's a mortar tank. Nothing more. Anyway, guys, that's how you transform Perceptor from his robot mode to his microscope mode to his mortar tank mode. Please tune in next Prime where we will be doing a review of the microscope mode and the mortar tank mode tomorrow. And please tune in later today as I will be uploading the new One Team Redeemed White Tiger Sword video. And hopefully this one doesn't get content blocked. Until next Prime, bye bye for now.